Juggling is a skill which many entertainers use to gain the attention of their audience. Since ancient times, juggling has been a basic skill which all entertainers could perform. In recent times, it has been developed to use different and more dangerous objects, or the addition of objects, to keep up with audience demand. By the end of this 4-week skills training program, in addition to this video, you should have the ability to juggle 3 balls continuously. With extra training, you may one day perform like these guys from Circus du Soleil. First, let's go through some of the coaching cues for teaching juggling. Before beginning practice, you must learn the basics of ball handling. When beginning, make sure to always start with 2 balls in the non-dominant hand and 1 in the other. While juggling 3 balls, aim to have them reach their maximum height at eye level. This reduces the need to follow each ball. When tossing a juggling ball, it is vital to use the cascade method to minimize any contact in midair. Secondly, allow for a slight dip in the hand when catching the ball, as it helps the ball to be returned at an eyesight level. Now let's have a look at half speed. Juggling is a continuous motor skill, both high in complexity and organisation. Before practicing the skill in whole practice, it is better to begin by using part practice. In this program, methods of part practice are used, such as simplification, which is reducing the difficulty of the task, fractionization, which is breaking down skill into left and right hand, and segmentation, separating the skill into parts before continuing. The first drill we chose is one-handed juggling. This breaks the skill into separate right and left hands. By practicing your dominant hand, first you can help to promote bilateral transfer. The drill starts by practicing simple one-handed tosses with 1 ball, aiming to keep the ball at eye level. It is performed by both hands. Adding another ball to your hand, you can practice single-hand juggling for 1 repetition, while continuing to focus on ball control. Lastly, begin to ease into continuous juggling with 1 hand, which is the final stage. Breaking down the skill allows for positive transfer from first to last task. At the end of each stage, start to focus your gaze in front of you and not on the balls. This allows you to perceive where the ball will land. The next drill involves practicing with both hands. First you will begin by practicing the cascade method, by only using 1 ball, tossing it from one hand to another. The next stage involves tossing the ball from the non-dominant hand while releasing the other before it lands. This is only a single repetition exercise. Lastly, try this drill continuously while focusing gaze at front. The third drill undertaken in this program is juggling using scars. Juggling scars allows the speed and difficulty to be decreased when beginning to use 3 objects. This will be practiced with single repetitions first. The next step is to practice this task continuously. Finally, you are to practice this task while dual tasking. This helps to take away the cognitive thought process from juggling onto something else. This dual tasking includes counting down in 3s while juggling, such as 100, 97, 94, 91. The final drill we have chosen is proper juggling. This is where the transition from part practice to whole practice occurs. as the entirety of the skill needs to be practiced. First begin juggling by practicing a single repetition. Following the cascade method, toss one ball to the other hand, returning another before it is caught, then returning the opposing. The next stage is to practice this skill continuously while trying to maintain focus up front. Lastly, for the more advanced jugglers, dual tasking can be practiced by counting backwards in 3, as with the scarf. The feedback provided to the participant during their practice should be qualitative feedback on performance. The methods which should be used are bandwidth, if the variables are exceeding limits, or self-selected by the participant. The 3 variables which can easily be assessed in this method are hand dip, ball height, and control. Each week, testing can be performed to allow the participant to attain knowledge of results. This test involves counting the amount of drop balls or stops over 30 seconds of juggling, and then averaging them for 3 trials. The participant can see his progress and retain motivation over the 4-week program. A retention test can be performed after 2 weeks of completion to assess learning of the participant. When planning the program, make sure to set single hand and 2 hands, 2 balls for the first 2 weeks, progressing through this video's method. The second 2 weeks are designed to bring in 3 objects after you have obtained the basic skills for ball control. By following the 4-week program properly, it will also foster positive transfer from lower skills to the more advanced. Using block practice for beginners, while random practice can be used for more autonomous stages of learning. Testing each week will help to measure progression and can be compared to retention tests after 2 weeks. Hopefully after the 4-week training program, you can be taught to juggle more like yourself.